Travis Riley passed away August 15th in 2019 in the manner in which he took his own life. And he had just exited the military back in June and was transitioning into the professional workforce as a civilian. He went through the corporate senior leadership program that USA Cares provides. Travis was had a very magnetic personality. There were no signs that he went to work that day. Everything was as normal as possible. There were zero signs. I hadn't heard from him, but once during the day, around lunchtime, he had sent me a very sweet text, and he didn't answer his phone, and kind of glanced at the clock on my drive home. I thought, okay, well, he's just working, he's tied up. And then both my children were home, and I asked them if they had heard from him. And so we shared that he had sent us a heartfelt message, very brief, each of us, a sentence or two, within the 2 minutes apart. So then I looked at his location and noticed that he was in a park, and that was odd. So we found the car, it was unlocked, and his cell phone was in it, and we couldn't find him. And so we looked, walked the area, we called for him, called the police. There was very little in the car, and he lifted up a folder and he found envelopes, sealed envelopes with names on them. So at that point, my brain and my gut kicked in to not want to open those envelopes. You know, but you don't know, and you begin to feel like living a nightmare at the moment. And it quickly became an investigation. At about 2 or 2:30 in the morning, they wanted to call off the search until daylight. And we were leaving out the next morning, and the detective had called me and had let me know that they found him. The house was never quiet in those coming days and funeral preparation. And there were a couple times that I thought, where am I even going to begin in a week after this is over with? With our finances, there were certain bills I paid and certain bills he paid, but he used his login and his passwords on those accounts. And USA Cares said, we're going to pay 3 months worth of your house payment. And I didn't ask for that. However, I had no idea where to begin, because you're still in a state of shock. You are for a very long time to come. So that was extremely, I remember that was very moving to me, that they could step in and help in that way.
Travis Riley is someone who sat right here where I'm sitting. His story tragically is not unique. We're losing more than 22 veterans every single day in this country. These are people who served our country, whose families made sacrifices for us. Now it's our turn. Let's come together, make a donation, support these families today.